Ruby Ruby Roo! That's right, folks. The Velma fan club is back with the sexiest Velma yet. Unironically, genuinely, oh my goodness. We're here to discuss the 2002 hit live-action film Scooby-Doo, written by one James Gunn, and boy, can you tell. I am Simeon Jimmy, joined as always by Heartsy Protsy. Heartsy, welcome to the Velma fan club.
Hey, I'm glad to be here.
Yeah,
Big fan.
The other members did not want to show up today, but we do have Florian Himzel.
I thought I was the president of the Velma fan club. Wow.
The members who are not present are the ones who didn't want to be here, is what I should have said. And finally, we have E. Rich McCoy. This is what we creatures sing.
Yeah.
Is it wrong to say this is the greatest piece of Scooby-Doo media we have watched for the podcast so far?
I think I like Zombie Island.
I'm going to be honest, I didn't watch the previous episodes of this podcast, but I'm going to say yeah.
We've watched the first episode of Scooby-Doo, which was kind of trash. We watched Velma, which was dog shit. And we watched Zombie Island, which is good. But I like this movie more than Zombie Island. What about you, Florian?
Well, I like Velma the most, and this
Fuck you!
Can we
This
kick him
was
from
so
the stall right
stupid,
now?
okay?
This was stupid?
This was incredibly stupid.
You didn't like this movie, you motherfucker? God damn it!
I'm probably the only one who doesn't like slapstick, but I can't stand it. It's
Slapstick?
always the jokes,
Oh my
okay?
God.
This is
It's always
hardly
like, oh,
slapstick.
This is like a prime example of slapstick.
The humor
I had
comes
a
from the
big
meta
smile.
commentary and the jokes. That's not fucking slapstick movie.
Well, slapstick means like body humor when they trip over shit.
That's hardly the focus of the film, but go on.
I mean, it happens a ton. Like, yes, it's super.
I think Florian is objectively correct in this case. There is tons of slapstick.
Yeah, but
humor in
that's
this
not
movie.
like the focus of the movie.
It might not be the reason you like the movie so much, but there's tons of slapstick.
It's not like this is a Three Stooges where that's the appeal. The appeal is that this is the
that's
greatest
definitely
casting in the adaptation history.
When in the beginning of the movie they're like skateboarding and like Shaggy is holding Scooby-Doo and Scooby's like head is poking out of whatever, that is like literally slapstick.
That's just
That is,
adapting
like-
the cartoon into the movie.
I totally agree that it's literally just a live action version of the cartoon. That's absolutely true.
Look, you're misunderstanding me. Like, I'm saying that all of Scooby-Doo is like mostly slapstick. Okay, this movie isn't particularly different in any way. In that way, it's just what I don't like about Scooby-Doo. I think this movie is probably fine. Maybe better than the other stuff we've seen.
Wait,
other than
the thing you like about Scooby-Doo is Velma, which is like nothing like Scooby-Doo.
Yeah, I know. That's what I like about it.
Velma had shitty slapstick constantly.
I think
Velma getting hit by a car, they fall off a fucking cliff and get stuck against a rock. That show
It
had
works,
dumber
but
slapstick than this movie.
It works better with the comedy than this. This is just slapstick for slapstick's
What?
sake.
And now this movie's actually genuinely hilarious throughout the whole thing.
Yeah, I had a big smile on my face the
that.
entire 1 hour and a half.
Wow.
Yeah, are we suffering from nostalgia, E-Rich, or is Florian right? Is this movie humorless?
No, we're definitely partially suffering from nostalgia, but I did enjoy it because I watched this a ton growing. I had the
Yeah.
fucking soundtrack. I listened to it all the time. I watched the movie probably like 500 times growing up. So
That's right.
yeah.
Yeah, same.
I mean, it's probably the best one of the three that we saw, but like I don't see how you guys can say that the comedy works for you. Like it's so much of the same old shit. It's like, oh, she dropped her glasses. Oh, they've eaten spicy food. Wow, hilarious.
Now, that might be old for you, but this was 2002. We'd never gotten a live-action Scooby-Doo, Florian.
Yeah,
I was 10 years old, Florian.
Yeah, you
This
have
is,
to
like,
include all the best bits into the movie adaptation.
I mean, I guess. I guess it's really good how they translated that cartoon shit into the movie. I guess that worked pretty well, sure.
And I think James Gunn was probably ahead of his time. I'm not aware of what Scooby-Doo projects came out immediately prior to this movie, but he had the foresight to recognize all of the maybe generic or the overdone aspects of these characters, and he gave them fucking arcs to overcome these things. Like at the end, Daphne beats the fuck out of a wrestler.
Yeah. Daphne is complaining about being a damsel in distress the whole time, and then she like overcomes it.
Yeah, like, he takes all of these tropes of the characters and turns them into arcs.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we've
Which
already
Velma
seen...
tried to do and failed over and over again.
Hey, we've already seen them break up before, and like, I'm already annoyed that they reuse that plot from Zombie Island. I mean, I don't know. That damn Slark was fucking annoying and stupid. I'm sorry. I didn't enjoy it. Sorry.
Okay.
All right. I think the pacing of this movie is like really, really quick. Like we get like a 5-minute opening scene where they're taking down another person in a ghost costume, and then they break up for some reason. It's like, wow, okay, that was fast. And then we cut to them all meeting up again at the airport like 5 minutes after they broke up. So yeah, that's real good pacing right there.
It's pretty much like Zombie Island.
Yeah,
pretty much.
I would say there's a lot of similarities with Zombie Island. I feel like, because it is actually a supernatural thing. They have the gang break up and get back together pretty quickly.
Hey, if you're gonna steal from the best.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, I agree.
I mean,
in this viewing of it, because I had not seen this in about 10 years myself. I'm sorry if I keep pausing, but I have a very sore throat, and Florian insisted I power through it. So if I keep pausing, that doesn't mean Heartsy needs to start screaming at me.
No, nobody actually notices. Just go ahead.
I'm just letting people know, Florian, for fuck's sake.
They haven't noticed. Every time there's like a YouTuber,
Hey, what I noticed in
in
this viewing of the film, Florian, is the amazing attention to detail on the set designs. Even like when they're on the plane, there's like fucking trees inside the plane and all this crazy shit. But specifically, Spooky Island itself, I would like to go on vacation there. I don't know if you guys felt the same way, but just the set design, and there's so much color and vivid stuff all over. They really worked hard, and I feel like these days Florian's like, oh no, just do the green screen and we will set design in post. This reminded me of back when movies were actually like made on a set.
Yeah, dude, when I was a kid, I wanted to go to Spooky Island so badly. That was like, I dreamed about going to a place like that.
Yeah, I mean, it looks awesome to me.
Jesus, you guys have the nostalgia bad. Oh my God.
Look!
Nostalgia for when movies were made.
When you have Rowan Atkinson in a movie, I'm gonna like it. Bean is in this movie.
Yeah, that was
It
pretty
fucking
good.
rules.
Oh yeah, movies are totally not being made anymore now. It's like
You
so
think
much
that
worse.
Quantumania is the best Marvel of the year, you motherfucker? You don't get to talk about actual set design.
Yeah, which one was your favorite? Guardians 3?
Yeah, which had the
Yeah,
best
by
set
far.
design Marvel's ever had.
Who cares about set design?
Exactly,
Jesus,
that's my point,
Oh
that
my
you don't care about
God.
shit that's important.
It's not that important, Jesus.
Yeah, not for you.
I mean, not for audiences.
I disagree. I've seen a lot of praise for the set design on Guardians 3, actually.
From the audience or from critics?
What's the difference at this point?
There's a huge difference. I have a whole channel dedicated to that.
Mm-hmm.
About the critics being dumb and wrong, you know?
Well,
Yeah.
E-Rich, since Florian can't appreciate good set design, what else should he not appreciate from this film?
So I think that the cast all does a pretty good job, like especially Matthew Lillard as Shaggy just fully embodies the character. It is as if he like was possessed by the spirit of Shaggy.
You didn't get that
boy.
impression from the others? Because I thought the entire Mystery Inc. gang was perfectly cast and performed.
I said they all do a great job. I really like what's her name as Velma is great. Linda Cardellini.
I like two parts of her as Velma for sure.
Yeah, Velma is amazing. I like Shaggy and Velma. The other two weren't that great.
Freddie Prinze Jr. is really good as Fred. I
Yeah,
have to say.
I thought he was a better Fred than the Velma cartoon version of Fred.
Without a
I
doubt,
think-
yeah.
I think he should have been more buff. Well, yeah, I'm sure.
But it kind of comes across that he's like, just like full of himself and a phony, so he doesn't have to actually be buff. I'm sure he thinks of himself as being buff.
But he's
But
buff
he gets
in
that character arc as well.
cartoons.
By the end of the movie, he gives credit to the rest of the gang instead of himself.
Yeah, he learned from that one thing that made them break up. Good job.
That's right.
No, but Florian, that is very simply how screenwriting works. Like, that's basic structure. Like, when you set something up in the first act, as a problem or a flaw for a character, by the end of the movie, they should resolve that or overcome it. There's a huge problem, and I'm going to fucking attack your fucking favorite Marvel movie here, Quantumania.
You finally watched it?
I just watched that movie the other day. There's a huge problem in that movie where Scott Lang is so stuck in his own head. He is selling books. He's like coasting off fame or whatever. His daughter Cassie is saying, we want to go out and help people. We should be heroes. We should be helping people. And then at the end of the movie, he's doing nothing different. Nothing has fucking changed.
Yeah, because he was perfect all along, okay? Sorry. I don't give a shit about this. It's like, the characters have to be complete idiots at first, and then at the end they become halfway decent. No, Ant-Man did nothing wrong, and he was perfect all along. Shut up.
Okay, so Florian is letting us all know set design does not matter, the script does not matter, character arcs do not matter. What matters in a movie, Florian?
I mean, I didn't say the script doesn't matter. I just...
The script is the character arc. They're one and the same.
No, like, you can...
That's where the words in the movie come from, is the script. The actors don't make them up.
Yeah, but the character arcs don't have to be like that. Like, those weren't good character arcs. I'm sorry. Like, wow, he's an asshole and then he stops being an asshole. Wow, what a great thing.
Look, Florian, it's a cartoon movie, so, like, you know, it's not going to have the best fucking character arcs, but it is complete. Every character has something that they're looking to do, looking for appreciation, looking to be, like, valued as a member of the team, have to, like, give something to everyone else in order for them to feel complete. I don't know if Shaggy has an actual arc in this.
Yeah.
Shaggy and
he
Scooby
does.
are literally
He does.
Like,
I got Shaggy's arc.
Okay, all right.
It's, because when Fred and Velma have been taken by the monsters, Shaggy's willing to just abandon them. He's like, no, we got to get the fuck out of here. But then, you know, he realizes, I can't be a coward. Gotta be the hero. Like when Scooby gets swallowed up into that hole in the ground, Shaggy has no question in his mind. He has to go in and save him. So he has a little arc in there too.
Yeah. So like when you're making a movie, these are basic things you need in order to have some kind of compelling story to make.
No, you definitely don't need an arc on every character. We already talked about.
Please never do any writing, Florian.
You don't need it on every fucking character.
There's 5 main characters. It's not that many to juggle.
Well, okay, but I definitely didn't like the Daphne one. That was stupid and pointless.
Florian, in the case of Quantumania, we're talking about the main of the fucking franchise. Ant-Man. Scott Lang.
I mean, he doesn't need to have a flaw every goddamn time. Like, can you just enjoy him for being the greatest hero that Marvel has ever seen?
Yeah, well, why can't every character just be two-dimensional and never change or grow or learn? That's what I want from every movie I see.
Oh, true.
I mean, like, you could pretend like there's stuff that's being learned in Marvel movies, but there really isn't.
No, but they did 3/4 of the work. They gave you a original place for Scott to start at, and one that his daughter took problem with. They put them into a situation in another world where he could help and do something. Then when you return to the real world, that needs to then transfer. And then they did not do that last part. They did 3/4 of the work and then abandoned the last quarter of it.
Well, to be fair, Rich, the final scene is he's walking down the street doing voiceover where he's like, I have the potential to have a character arc. Yeah, fuck it. Like he basically says that out loud as the ending monologue.
Well, like he's worried that like Kang is going to become more of a problem.
Don't worry, buddy. It's not happening now. Kang's not going anywhere.
I mean, maybe that was Ant-Man's gambit, is you frame Jonathan Majors for assaulting his girlfriend, and then Kang cannot be a problem.
Yeah, I guess he did something after all. There you go. He just shrunk down and planted evidence, you know?
Wait. Find those pictures of Jonathan Majors strangling his girlfriend or whatever. Wait, zoom in. There's Ant-Man in his arm.
Oh, shit!
He's puppeteering fucking Jonathan.
I haven't seen a single Marvel movie in 5 years, so I'm just kind of nodding along.
You're not missing out.
You're a disgrace, Paxi. What kind of zoomer are you? That's horrible. How could you say such a thing?
Zoomer with taste.
Go watch Quantumania without any context and tell Florian it's a good movie.
Okay.
My favorite aspect of this movie, and this is probably risky, I don't know what they were thinking, James Gunn. He might have been on a few of Shaggy's joints or something, but the concept of souls are real. We're not going to call them souls. We're going to call them protoplasm. And we could build a machine that will pull your soul out of your body so that a monster can take you over. And I love the entire concept of the souls entering the wrong people's bodies.
It's such a great comedian.
Oh, it's perfect. I love it so much.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
Such a fun concept, brilliantly executed. And like when you think of Scooby-Doo, you're not going to think, what if all their souls traded bodies? Like that just came out of fucking nowhere, and it was awesome.
Right.
Hell yeah.
As opposed to in the Mario movie, would you not say, Florian, they don't take any risk like that? There's not one scene where something happens that you would not expect from the game?
I mean, like the cat suit was pretty silly.
Yeah, but that's straight. Like I would expect that to be in the movie because that's in the game.
I would not have expected that to be in the movie. That's so silly. Come on.
What I'm saying is there was an original idea put into this that was not from the source material, and it worked, and I appreciated it. And I think maybe if they do another Mario movie, maybe get a little more experimental, and then people can't say that there is no plot.
Yeah. I mean, they probably could, but they don't have to.
Well, I mean, they made their $1.5 billion, but for the sake of an interesting story, maybe mix it up and get it a little dangerous.
I mean, like, you're just saying they should do something to appease the critics, because the audiences loved it, like, 96%, you know? It's just the critics
appeal to popularity, you fucking Nazi. That worked out before.
I mean, that's literally what pays the bills, yeah? Sorry.
Yeah, got the trains on time.
No.
E-Rich, what other parts of this movie would you like to talk about?
I do like the usage of Scrappy-Doo as the villain. Scrappy-Doo was always like
spoilers,
shitty ass little bitch.
Dude, no. I want to defend Scrappy. I liked Scrappy growing up. Scrappy was a character I loved growing up, and they turned him into the bad guy of the movie.
I'm on Heartsy's side. I was always a big Scrappy fan. When I was a kid, I did not get the impression he was supposed to be annoying. I liked when he says, "Let me at him." You know, I wanted to watch more Scrappy. And I don't really like the twist that Scrappy is in a Mr. Bean robot, and the real Mr. Bean is still alive in a bunker for no reason. I thought that was all a little unnecessary. I don't like that Scrappy becomes a giant hulking monster.
Yeah, I don't like the giant monster part. That part.
They did Scrappy dirty in this movie, dude.
Yeah, he didn't deserve it.
How could they?
I think 90% of the movie works for me, but all the Scrappy stuff is a mistake.
Well, there's a chance they took. Oh man.
To me,
even when I was a kid, I was like shaking my head at that.
That is such a classic James Gunn thing. Is like, I don't think that Scrappy-Doo is a particularly deep cut, but I think a lot of fans were annoyed by Scrappy-Doo. It's like the nephew coming into the show being like, oh, we need to add an additional element, so they have
add a kid.
Little fucking dog. You know, exactly. And like, of course, James Gunn would be like, oh, and then he gets kicked out, and then I think that's a fun direction.
Yeah, and then he threatens to end all of mankind. Hell yeah. Relatable.
Yeah.
Now, I have not seen the second movie, Scooby-Doo 2, Monsters
You've never
Unleashed.
seen the
You haven't seen it?
Yeah, and I'm saving it for this podcast. I assume we'll do it next month. But hopefully, the twist or whatever, the actual villain, hopefully they do a better job than Scrappy. But I don't know.
Also written by James Gunn.
Okay, good.
I don't like the second one as much as this one, but maybe I'll watch it again. Have some more appreciation for it.
I think I saw only the second one and not the first one, so this was a surprise to me that this movie was unseen by me.
Yeah.
So that was interesting. I think Scooby looks pretty good. Like the way he interacts with the scene is surprisingly good for his time, I guess.
Oh, I agree. I thought even like the monsters, like the CGI is not great, but I think it fits in the movie, and it might be the nostalgia goggles, but I didn't have any issue with the visual effects.
I do think it's very cartoony CGI, but I think it does play for a cartoon movie.
Yeah.
So
they are way too cartoony in my opinion. They could be a little bit more weighty, but I guess they're pretty good otherwise.
When Velma is like trying to pull the mask off the like giant bat thing, and like its face is stretching in hilarious ways. I thought that was pretty cool.
Mhm.
It's so rubbery. Oh my god.
Brad trying to give a speech about how monsters don't exist just for one to burst through the windows. And
Uh-huh.
he's giving a speech.
It's pretty great. And I really love the brainwashing video they have. Instead of choking someone out when they push by you, you like say a bunch of like slang.
You took that as brainwashing. I thought it was they're teaching the monsters once they enter their human body how to behave as a human.
Oh no, yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Yeah, and until you solve the mystery, that is like a very confusing video. Like, who is this for? What the fuck did they stumble across? So even the mystery of the movie, even if it leads to, oh, it's just Scrappy and monsters and souls, even the mystery is a little bit intriguing.
What is the like point? Like, what is the end goal? Like,
The monsters are going to the body snatchers. They're replacing humanity with their own
like
species.
why? They just want to live amongst
Because
society,
if they
or
go in the
take
sun, they
over
die,
society?
and so the only way
Okay,
they can be in the
yeah.
sun is in a human body.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Do they need that artifact every time they want to enter a body, or are they gonna have a way to automate it later?
I don't know.
At one point, the souls are just flying around loosey-goosey and entering whatever body they want.
Yeah, they could just go wherever. A lot of people probably stuck in the wrong cells then.
See, I,
think-
would not have turned to my body. I would have chose somebody else.
Yeah, you
I
would look at
still-
yourself naked.
Yeah,
The
obviously.
shaman character on the beach is like one of my favorite parts of the movie. I think that guy's just so fucking.
Erich, you keep cutting out. You might want to get closer to
Oh,
the mic
sorry.
or something.
Yeah, the shaman guy in this movie, who's on the black guy, he's just so funny to me. The way,
He's performing a sacrifice on like a rotisserie chicken.
yeah, it's great.
He's
Wait,
giving
Hans-
Daphne the advice like, "Don't go to that spooky castle," and she's like, "Oh, it's reverse psychology," and he's like, "No, I'm dead serious."
Oh, I mean, yeah, that's great.
Yeah, there's so much good humor in this movie.
hmm
But Heartsy, you'd still have your voice if you went into another body. Like, what are you
Holy
getting?
shit!
Well, yeah.
Isla Fisher.
Yeah.
Isla Fisher plays Mary Jane in this. The like.
That's like my
Shaggy.
favorite name.
Holy fuck!
She was so hot as well. There's a lot of hot girls in this.
That's right. That is right.
Oh god.
Ah, woo! What about when Scooby was wearing the grandma outfit? Was that sexy woman for you? Sorry.
Oh god, that was so bad.
You will never be a real grandma.
That was the cringe, the highest form of cringe. I bet that's from the cartoons as well. It's gotta be, right?
Wait, speaking of cringe from the cartoons, they just had to have a scene. For some reason, on this spooky airlines flight, there are loose cats about, not even in a crate, and it's Grandma Scooby has to start chasing the cats. Me and Florian's favorite fucking joke. The dog cannot stop chasing these goddamn cats.
Yeah,
Yeah, I like that. I like that.
of course.
I mean, it probably goes without saying, but there are 5,000, weed references for the adults to get that the kids would not understand. Eggy was watching the movie with me last night, and he pointed out that when they're listening, they're like some reggae Jamaican song in Shaggy's van with Scooby. The lyrics translated are like, "Pass me a joint, pass me the weed."
Wow.
There's a surprising amount of adult humor in this movie for children. It's surprising.
Yeah, he says Mary Jane's his favorite name. I think like when they open up the van door, there's just smoke seeping out for no reason.
God, can you imagine like the whole rest of the gang just puts up with Shaggy's disgusting habits all of the time? Oh,
Yeah.
what's wrong with them? Like, yeah, maybe that's why they should have broken up. So they don't have to get passive weed all the time. So gross.
Speaking of Shaggy, we mentioned that he's played by Matthew Lillard earlier, and I'm just recently a big fan of that actor because he'll be playing a major character in a movie I'm looking forward to.
What movie?
He's playing William Afton in the Five Nights at Freddy's movie, the main villain.
Wow. Is he a Shaggy?
I hope so.
He's
Yeah,
gonna go,
Matthew Lillard.
"Zoinks!"
He's good in everything that I've seen him in. I liked him in 13 Ghosts or something. I don't know what it's called, but that's a good scary movie that he's in.
He's
Yeah.
good in Hackers.
Sure.
How How can that stupid FNAF movie be any good? Like, Willy's Wonderland already did it perfect.
Oh my god, shut up! Shut up! Shut up! Shut up!
Oh, we're going full Skylar White now?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't admit that Willy's Wonderland is amazing.
It's shit!
Cover
It's
that.
shit, Florian!
We have to cover.
What if FNAF was real, but we can kill it? Isn't that great? Let's
Dude,
just
it
murder
took
these
the
dolls.
basic concept of Five Nights at Freddy's and stripped all the value away from it and just made it about creepy robots. That's not what the entire franchise is about.
What
took
value?
What?
We need to could definitely cover that Five Nights movie, just like and like completely like lose my mind while Heartsy is talking about the Five Nights at Freddy's lore.
Maybe it'll be better than the Mario movie, and Florian will blow a gasket.
It probably will.
There's no fucking way. There's nothing in this.
It's gonna be the best
franchise.
movie of 2023, dude.
What's even the story gonna be?
Well, I would love to explain, but we don't have time.
We don't have time.
That's the reason.
Are there any other highlights from the Scooby-Doo movie? We typically make these Scooby-Doo podcasts a little shorter, so I'm fine if we don't go a full hour like we did for Breaking Bad.
I just think it's a good time, a good time for it's a good family film. That's a fact. But it's also just really funny. It's a really funny movie. I did not expect it to be as funny rewatching it because the last time I saw it, I was 9, right? So 9 years later, I was rewatching it for this podcast, and I do remember really loving it, and I love it just as much now.
I like when
I think it's
when
okay.
Fred he's been body snatched and he's talking like in all reggae ebonics. That's a great scene.
Yeah. It's my second favorite piece of Scooby-Doo media. My favorite piece of Scooby-Doo media of all time is What's New Scooby-Doo. That was my Scooby-Doo growing up.
Oh,
What's
it's
New
not the
Scooby-Doo.
Monkey's anime reviews of Scooby-Doo when I reviewed the porn parody.
No, but that is a pretty good one. That is a pretty high contender.
in the porn parody. Does Scooby-Doo ever fuck?
No, I don't believe so.
No.
Not the one that I saw. It was only the humans.
He doesn't even hump things. Damn. Poor dog, I
They
guess.
cut away from a sex scene and just have Scooby-Doo going to town on some lady dog.
Doggy style.
Yeah,
the porn parody, they just cut away from the sex. Perfect.
Yeah, absolutely.
Another great line when Shaggy is in Daphne's body. He says, "Daphne, don't you ever eat?" I thought that was a pretty deep cut for the
right.
women at home.
She's always hungry and she doesn't care.
Well, I think that's how at least a lot of attractive women, that's probably how they live, Florian. It's a sad commentary, but it's very true.
Well, you
I
get used to it, I assume. Like,
I think-
hunger is pretty much like a habit.
I think Fred's in Daphne's body, and he's like, "Oh yeah, I can picture myself naked.
I can look
or
at
see
myself naked."
Yeah,
That's the line that's like as a child that always stuck out to me. Like, why? I'm only 7 years old at this time. Like, why the fuck would he want to do that?
Why would that matter?
Who
Yeah.
cares? I want to
come
be
on.
Fred again. Get me out of here.
Yeah.
a lot of Freddie Prinze Jr. live rent free in my head. I just remember the way he says things.
And Fred and Daphne are married in real life, right?
Yes.
Did they meet on this movie, or were they already married?
Wouldn't surprise me if they met on this movie.
Scooby-Doo brings people together.
So true.
Did anybody else think that Velma's love interest looks identical to Florian Himsel?
Hey,
Nah.
I'm not skinny.
Well, okay,
I did not.
Go ahead, Rich.
I did not think that immediately, but now that you say that, it does.
He has Florian's facial hair, and if Florian hit the gym twice as much, he might look like this guy.
And if I had a regular sized nose, yeah.
Don't worry about your nose, Florian. Come on.
Gotta be accurate, okay?
Look who
I want
you're talking
better
to.
Representation.
Yeah. But the whole time I was thinking, if Velma's getting hit on by Florian, it's perfect.
Yeah, I mean, she would be the one I'd be hitting on, so sure.
Yeah, out of the people in this movie, other than Mary Jane, I guess Velma would be a close second.
Yeah.
I guess.
That's fair. And Rowan Atkinson.
I really gotta look up more movies she was in. She's amazing.
Isla Fisher.
I guess.
What are her
I looked
movies?
it up and I already forgot the name. Oh well. Anyways, there's this huge plot hole where apparently Scrappy-Doo can build a robot that can perfectly impersonate Mr. Bean. How is that possible?
Yeah,
huh?
It's a cartoon movie. Florian.
That
There
was
you go.
pretty
Here's the-
stupid. I didn't like that.
Yeah.
Like, if it was a human, you could buy that they have really good acting chops, but a fucking dog that just curses all the time, he's the one who can impersonate Mr. Bean?
Yeah. Yeah, I wasn't wild about that part. That's fair.
That's such a reach.
But I guess we're coming towards the end. Do we have any other scenes to discuss or final thoughts? Florian, tell me why I should never watch this piece of shit movie again.
I mean, you can if you like slapstick, and if you for some reason like Scooby-Doo, you could probably do worse. I just don't see like why anyone likes Scooby-Doo. Like, these characters are boring as fuck.
Whoa! What the hell?
Dude.
That's mean.
Florian, your review of this.
Rich, you
Scooby-Doo
keep
work.
cutting out of you, Rich. I think we need to.
sorry.
We might need to cut you
Yeah.
out.
Yeah.
Try again.
Movie, Rich.
Florian, your review of this movie should be "You can Scooby-Doo worse."
That's right.
Scooby Doo, what Nintendo don't.
I mean, hey, this Scooby-Doo movie kind of like started the trend of CGI cartoon characters interacting with like the real world. And like, if it wasn't for this Scooby-Doo movie coming out and being as successful as it was, we probably wouldn't have the Sonic movie. Which
Oh,
is
this
also-
fucking Zoomer's never heard of Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
right.
No, obviously Roger Rabbit, but that was like way before. That was way before.
No,
That was also
4 years
hand-drawn
ago.
animation.
yeah,
That's-
hand drawn.
Oh, yeah, that's fair.
I mean, I guess the CGI, but the CGI wasn't that great, so I think Roger Rabbit probably did it better on every level.
Yeah.
No, absolutely. I don't think anybody is gonna do that.
You think Robert Zemeckis did better than guy who hasn't directed any good movie in his whole life? I looked up this fucking director, and it's like the Show Dogs movie that me and Rich and Asperger reviewed. Big Mama's House.
Well, at least, no, he didn't. At least he stuck with dogs for one more movie. Hey,
Yeah. Should we go back and do Show Dogs again, Rich?
no,
That would be very funny to revisit.
no.
Hey, it stars BoJack Horseman. How bad could it be?
No
Yeah.
way.
Yeah, Will Arnett.
The Reese Cup guy.
Maybe we should
Yeah,
just
the
watch-
Reese Cup guy.
Maybe we should just watch Who Framed Roger Rabbit and have an actually good time, huh?
Yeah, I would love if we did that movie. But
This
we're-
guy also did the Beverly Hills Chihuahua movie and then the Smurfs. Smurfs too.
Yeah, so he really peaked in 2002.
I
Uh-huh.
could go for the Smurfs. Like
Oh.
the new one, right?
No.
Yeah. No. Have you
Next
seen
week,
the Smurfs?
I have not, and I never will.
They're not that bad.
I hate Neil Patrick Harris, and I'm not going to watch him. But
Damn.
we're going to do the Scooby-Doo 2 that I don't think I've ever seen, like I said, probably next month. But after that, what other Scooby-Doo media even is there? We're going to probably be waiting for Velma Season 2 for at least 3 years, thanks to the writer's strike. So what are we going
I
to
mean,
do,
in my
Rich?
opinion,
I want to watch
Scooby-Doo
the
is good.
Scooby-Doo, one of the crossover with WWE movies they did.
Yeah. for
Oh,
sure.
okay.
We're gonna see some of those.
Is there a John Cena movie with Scooby-Doo?
I think there is. I believe there
Oh
is.
my god!
I'll watch that. Anything with Fred's dad, I'll be there.
Is he the new Fast and Furious? I can't wait.
Well, I'm gonna keep waiting because I'm not seeing that piece of shit.
Even if it has Scooby Doo.
The new Fast X, rotten on Rotten Tomatoes. No, thank you.
Why do you listen to fucking critics? This is
Because
insane.
these very same critics said the previous movies were better than this one, and even those weren't that good. So if this is even worse, then fuck it.
I mean, they're popular. People enjoy them. Like I
You
don't
keep
know
saying
why-
popular like that makes a piece of media good or worth fucking while, Florian. Nobody on God's green flat earth gives a fuck if it's popular. I want to know if it's good.
I mean, like statistically, you're gonna enjoy it more if it's popular. Like
The
'cause
average
most people
person is a
enjoy it.
fucking retard. I don't care what they like, Florian. You realize the average IQ is 100. You really care
do
about
you
what
watch?
these sub IQ motherfuckers want to watch? I don't give a shit.
Like what?
Most of my favorite stuff is probably hated by most people.
Like what?
A Serbian film. It's a great movie. People can't handle it.
Yeah.
So that movie's bad because it's not popular, Florian?
What, does that have good critic reviews?
No, not at all.
What's your point then?
My point is that I don't care about popularity, motherfucker! Listen with your ears! Listen when I speak!
But you care about critics? You care
No!
if critics eat shit about
No, the
Fast and
critics
Furious
gave the
movie?
previous Fast and Furious movies higher scores, and I didn't even like those to begin with. So if this is a worse version, why would I waste my fucking time?
I mean, that one with Hobbs was amazing. What was that called?
Hobbs and
9,
Shaw?
I think. Yeah, that one's great. You
Sure.
didn't like that one?
These movies are stupid as fuck, Florian. Come on.
I mean, like, Scooby-Doo is, like, some of the dumbest shit I've ever seen.
That's fine.
Okay.
Okay.
I
Time
don't
for your
want
4
to
p.m.
argue
shitty opinion.
this.
Okay.
You don't want to watch it because it's stupid? What are you fucking talking
Yeah,
about?
it's dog shit, and that's coming from a Scooby-Doo fan. I'm sorry, Florian, that your favorite franchise fucking sucks dick, but it sucks.
I mean, I don't even like Cars. I just thought it was fine.
Okay.
I mean, you probably don't want to watch Fast X. It's like it just ends on a big to be continued.
No, that's probably why it got a 50% fucking score, because it's not even a full movie.
Well, it got like 45 from the audience.
So everybody agrees it's dog shit.
No, I meant 85.
Oh.
Yeah, it's beloved. I don't know.
By brain dead retards. I'm so glad.
I mean, there's cool shit happening, cool dumb shit.
I bet.
Just like in this, I guess.
Heartsy, you have any final thoughts on Scooby-Doo? That's right.
Rogue? Where?
At least they didn't do that one.
Hell yeah, at least one.
And they naturally put in Scooby-Doo, where are you as dialogue, and it fit in the scene. So James Gunn does it better.
Yeah, James Gunn knows how to like successfully subvert some things about the characters, but then return them to. So it's well done.
Hey, Florian, you want to tell E. Rich and me about how Fast and Furious is a better franchise than John Wick in terms of action?
I mean, like, there's cars that do cool flips. I don't know.
Yeah, and John Wick did a cool flip in a car in 4.
Mm-hmm.
He should have died from that.
Yeah.
He doesn't have muscles that keep him alive like Vin Diesel, okay? It's very unrealistic.
So would you recommend Fast X, Florian?
I think I gave it a 6 out of 10, so sure. I think you should probably wait for the second part and then.
I'm
see
not
them all
going
at
to
once.
watch any of them at any point. Don't worry.
I saw you asked for the audience there.
Oh,
Sorry,
okay.
Jesus.
Okay, that's fine.
I mean, I don't know why you're so against them. They're not that bad. Jeez.
Because I'm at a point in my life where I want to watch a good movie, and that's
I mean,
it.
Okay. I like it would have been a pretty relevant movie for the movie podcast, but okay.
I don't know. I don't know about that.
Oh, definitely. Like,
These viewers didn't even click on the Guardians 3 review. They don't give a fuck about these new releases that they're too poor to even go see and then hear us spoil the whole thing. Are you kidding me?
they didn't?
No.
Oh, no.
Anytime we review something that's like in theaters, you know, these poor kids at home who can't afford a $9 movie, they don't even click on the video because we just spoiled the whole thing. That's why it's better to review these old movies.
Wow. Wow, I guess that's great. I guess we get to review more old movies.
That's
Hell
what I'm
yeah.
saying. I don't know what the next new release we'll even want to look at is other than, like, what's even fucking coming out soon? Anything?
The Five
something.
Degrees movie. Hello.
I'm not seeing Little Mermaid. I'm not seeing Five Nights at Freddy's.
No, dude.
Oh, come on, you gotta see it for Heartsy.
Come on,
Break
man.
his Heartsy, man.
I hope
The
I break
Flash.
his heartsy. I'll see The Flash because I'm hearing some weird stuff about that movie.
Oh, that's the one you want to see.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
But
say Blackberry isn't playing near you, right?
No, I do want to see Blackberry.
Damn. Well, when it eventually comes on digital, something you should
Well, E-Rich keeps cutting out, and my throat is fucking gone, and I'm sick as fuck. So let's end this great Scooby-Doo podcast. Florin, you have anything you want to plug this week?
Yeah, everyone watch my YMS review of YMS, you know? That guy made some stupid video and I gotta talk about it. Check it out on my anti-reviews channel, everyone.
And just to be clear, the Scooby-Doo movie is much better than the Mario movie.
Mm-hmm.
How
Agreed.
dare you.
Erich, you got anything to plug?
The Blackening comes out on June 16th. I'm not sure if you're interested in seeing that.
I've not heard of that. Is that a joke?
Look it up. It is a black person horror movie making fun of horror movies. Like,
Okay.
I guess that's good.
And what about you, Hartsy?
I'm
Yeah,
a
that's my plug.
Hartsy Doobie Doo, and you can find me on YouTube.
Sounds good.
wow.
And if you think that appeal to popularity is a good argument, look up the list of.
Look up the fallacy that's called the fallacy, where you just reduce everything to a fallacy. That's something stupid.
You're literally appealing to popularity.
You're literally
You
committing a
think that if it's
fallacy.
popular, it's good. That's fucking retarded.
I mean, I think that people like it if it's popular. That's how popularity works. Like, yeah.
That doesn't
sorry.
make the product good. You should be sorry, because you're fucking brain dead.
I mean, like, if it talking about what people should watch, then like things that appeal to people, that's what they should watch. I don't know if they
So
want to have a good
let's
time.
update IMDb, and the new list of top 100 movies is just the top 100 highest grossing, because that's what everybody watched. It must be the best.
That works for me, baby. Those are
Avatar
good
1 is
movies.
the greatest film ever made, according to Florian Himsel.
Yeah, Chad face, yes.
And Avengers Endgame is the second greatest film in history.
Okay, that one's a bit bad.
Oh, it's
sorry.
popular. Sorry, buddy. Sorry, sorry.
Isn't invoking the
like
fallacy
it.
fallacy actually the fallacy fallacy?
It might be.
There's too many fallacies. We shouldn't look at fallacies.
Yeah, because then you wouldn't have any arguments left. Bye, everybody.
Bye bye.
Ree!
That's right.